Welcome back to the channel where we mix things up, and today we're going to be doing every NBA team's highest paid player in the 2020-2021 season tier list maker. So yeah, Six Rings of Steel, his second channel, did this. So I'll leave the link into this tier list in the description if you guys want to do it. So from every team's highest player, so apparently it's about $980 million for all of these guys combined. That's crazy. So our tier lists are worth any amount, worth it, borderline / could be better or could be worse, overpaid and not worth it, and Joakim Noah / Luol Deng category. So you can probably add Chandler Parsons in there. So yeah, this is going to be really fun to do. I haven't done a tier list in a while. So if you're enjoying this tier list, make sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe if you're new, where we make constant basketball content that you're surely going to enjoy. And also come to the live stream on January 30th. 2 p.m. Pacific time. So if you live like in somewhere in Toronto or New York, that's about 5 p.m. for you. So yeah, make sure you come. We'll do a discussion talking about the recent games. So you don't want to miss that. So now let's begin. Okay, we first have Tobias Harris of the Philadelphia 76ers, who has $34 million. Okay, so Toby has definitely played a lot better. He of course hit that game winner over the Lakers. That was a very clutch shot, and just Doc Rivers just unleashes Tobias Harris every year. So I think he is okay. I would say he's overpaid. Okay, he is the third best player on the team, man. The third best player should not be making $34 million. Now it could be okay. No, it's overpaid, no doubt. No matter how good he is, he's not an all-star, and he doesn't deserve $34 million. Next, Chris Middleton for $33.1 million. I say borderline, could be better, could be worse. Everyone knew at the time that Middleton did not deserve the max, and I know they're a small market and they have to keep everyone. I still have no idea why they kept Eric Bledsoe over Malcolm Brogdon, but I mean, it's definitely not worth it. He's a really good player. He's an all-star, almost shot 50, 40, 90. I wouldn't say he's fully overpaid, but I say borderline, could be better, could be worse. Next, Otto Porter. That is the Joakim Noah / Luol Deng category. It's just a bad contract. I mean, of course, like the Nets or the Blazers gave him $27 million, and because the Wizards were contending, they really needed shooting and defense. They matched it. So that was an insane deal. It is expiring, so it doesn't matter much. But he's a good catch and shoot shooter, but he's still a bad contract. Kevin Love is also in that. He's in the same category as Otto Porter, mainly because if he stays healthy, he's probably overpaid and not worth it. But because he's not healthy, can't stay on the floor. He has to be in this category. A lot of teams, if they want Kevin Love, if they're going to take Kevin Love, they want an asset in return, while the Cavs want an asset back. So basically, I really wanted the Blazers to trade for Kevin Love, trading Hassan Whiteside. That didn't happen, and Hassan Whiteside is gone with his big salary. He's still in the worst category. Next, Kemba Walker, $34 million. Okay, he definitely is overpaid. The Hornets actually made a good choice in not giving Kemba the Supermax, because he just isn't that good. I would say borderline, could be better, could be worth it. It's definitely not worth it. It's not overpaid. He's still a really good player. He was an all-star starter. He won't be this year. He has been hurt a bit, but he's still a really good player. Borderline, could be better, could be worse. Paul George, he's worth it. It's $35 million. Yes, it's a lot. I know everyone clowns Pandemic P, but he's still a really good player. I wouldn't say he's worth any amount yet, because he has to prove he can be playoff P instead of Pandemic P. He needs to just be good in the playoffs, basically. He's been really good recently. He has been out for the virus protocol, so that's not the best, but he's worth it. Not worth any amount. Gorgie Jang. Yeah, he's Joakim Noah slash Jordan category. 17 million. The most paid player on the Grizzlies. That's crazy with Ja, Jaren, Valanciunas, Brandon Clark, Dylan Brooks. He has been playing pretty well, I gotta admit. I think he's shooting 50, 40, 90 this year. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. When I watched him play against the Lakers, he looked pretty good, but 17 million, he deserves like 6 million. Next, Danilo Gallinari, 19 million. Probably Trae Young will be it soon, but I say he's worth it. I mean, he's been paid 19 million for the last couple years. He's been staying healthy recently. He's just a good, solid stretch big. He doesn't do very well in the playoffs. I think many people don't really talk about that, but he's still a really good player. Next, Jimmy Butler, 34 million. Okay, worth any amount? Okay, I would say it's at the top of worth it. I wouldn't say it's worth any amount yet. Because he has been pretty bad this season. Of course, he's going to be better in the playoffs, but I would still say, I mean, he's still a top 12 player in the league. Okay, I might change it around, but I'm just going to put him worth it for now. Gordon Hayward, he's still overpaid. He's been having a career season. He revived his career, but still, 28 million, it's too much for him. Mike Conley is also going to be in the overpaid. He's been really good this season, where he's just the Jazz, 10-game win streak. They have the best record, not only in the West, but the whole league. That's pretty good. He has just been stepping up. He needed probably like a season to adjust from changing to Memphis to Utah, and he's still a really good player. Next, Buddy Hield, 25 million. He's also overpaid. He got to go because he just doesn't fit with Tyrese Halliburton. It's got to see Bogdanovich go out, but I think they should trade him. I really wanted him to go to Philly before, but now, I mean, they would probably still take him, but I don't know what they would trade back. I mean, maybe somewhere like I don't know where Buddy would go. I mean, anyone would take his shooting. Maybe like the Suns or like the probably not back to New Orleans, but 25 million, he's not worth that. Next, Julius Randle. Borderline could be worse, would be better. Before the season, I would say it would be an overpay / not worth it, but he has really just revived this season. He's averaging like 20, 10, and 8, so that's pretty insane, and the Knicks are actually a competent team. So Julius Randle, he's been a lot better. LeBron James worth any amount. I would say that LeBron James is underpaid, being 39 million, because he's the best player in the world. Yes, he played pretty bad last game in the fourth quarter, but he's still LeBron James. Next, Nick Vucevic. Borderline could be better, could be worse. It's still 26 million. Yes, Vuce is very underrated. He's just still a really good player, but he's still not worth 26 million. I don't know what the Magic are really trying to do. Are they trying to compete and be the 8th seed, or like just go full out tank? They're just in mediocrity, and I'm sure they don't want to be in that. Next, we have Tingus Pingus, and he... Okay, borderline could be worse, could be better. If he's healthy, he's worth it. Because he's not healthy, and he's been playing pretty bad this season from his torn meniscus, he definitely could be worse, could be better. I mean, he's of course a really good talent. He's a unicorn, but if he just isn't staying healthy, there's no reason for him to just be worth it. Okay, so next we have Kevin Durant, and he's worth any amount. I think I was personally surprised that KD was so good after Achilles tear. I think he is the second best player in the world. I would have him over Giannis. I would have him over Curry. I would have him over AD. I think he is. I mean, I'd probably have LeBron, KD, Giannis still. I mean, you still have Kawhi, Curry. It's tough to say, but he's definitely top 3, definitely. And he's worth any amount. Next, Nikola Jokic, he's worth any amount too. He's the best passing center of all time, the best center in the league, and it's just such a good player. He's just so unique, so fun to watch. He can do everything on the offensive side: rebound, shoot, play make, just everything. He's just the perfect center on the offensive side. His defense is underrated. Yes, it's not good, but it's not awful, and he deserves like 40 million, and 29 million, he's underpaid. Next, we have Victor Oladipo for 21 million. He's been playing pretty well in Houston, I gotta admit. I I would say borderline could be, it's 21 million only. Okay. Oh my, this is the tough one, I gotta admit, because he has been playing really well. He has been looking healthy. He's been playing good on both ends. 21 million, okay, this is really tough to say. Okay, I'm gonna skip him for now. Next, Steven Adams, he's overpaid. I wouldn't say he's in the joke of Noah because he's still a really good player, can protect the rim, is just that good leader, can catch some lobs, and just every team would like a Steven Adams. Not for 27 million though. Next, Blake Griffin, he's in the joke of Noah tier. I'm sorry. Just 37 million for someone who's washed. He had a good game against the Lakers last night, but he's not Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers, or even his All-NBA team on the Pistons. This is just not the Blake Griffin. It's sad to see injuries derail his career, but he's just been so passive. He has 0 dunks this season. Well, I'm pretty sure he might have had another dunk in the recent games. And he's just shooting so many threes. But he's overpaid. I think he's probably one of the worst contracts in the league. Next, Pascal Siakam for 31 million. Oh, before the playoffs, I would say it was borderline could be better, could be worse. Okay, I think I have him borderline could be better, it could be worse. Now, remember, this is not in any order. And then, so I think he's in the same tier as Pingus. He's been struggling really bad. He's a really good second option. It's just tough to say for Pascal because he has been really struggling as the first option. Next, James Harden is worth any amount. He's a superstar, top 7 player in the league. He definitely deserves it. I think they forgot that. I don't know if this was probably made before the James Harden trade, because KD and John Wall, who is in the overpaid but not worth it, they're all in this, because these are 2 Houstons, but whatever. John Wall, okay, he used to be in the joke of no tier, but at least he's been really good. He's just 41 million. He's overpaid, no doubt, but he's been really good. He's just been so explosive. His jump shot has been looking pretty good. His defense, and just this Rockets team. This team has a lot of upside. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to be good, but this team is just good. Has a lot of upside. Next, DeMar DeRozan, borderline could be better, could be worse. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan in the comment section, putting out the stats in every NBA highlights thing. But he's just so underrated. Now, 27 million, I gotta admit, is a lot for someone who isn't. He might be an all-star. I'm not exactly sure, but DeMar is such a good player. He's been shooting threes. His mid-range always going to be deadly. He's deadly around the paint. His defense has been better. His playmaking has been better. I remember he used to be overrated in Toronto. Now he's so underrated in San Antonio. And I think he's got to go from San Antonio. Next, Chris Paul, 41 million. Borderline better, could be worse. I wouldn't say it's in the overpaid tier, because CP3, he's just a top 15 player in the league. I wouldn't say it's worth it. Is it? Okay, it's at the top, because it's still 41 million for someone who can potentially be injured. Now, I don't really think that the Suns have an identity yet, because are they a good offensive team? Are they a good defensive team? Are they running through Devin Booker? Are they running through CP3? So the Suns have to fix a lot, just find and discover a lot of stuff. But CP, 41 million, he's still a really good player. Next, Al Horford. Ooh. Okay, he's been looking pretty good for OKC. I would say he's in here, but I would say he's about as good as Steven Adams. So I would say he's in the overpaid tier. I wouldn't say he's in the, okay, he's better than Otto Porter. He's probably better than Kevin Love. Blake Griffin is probably better than him, but that's 10 million more. So yeah, I think the bottom of overpaid, but not worth it. I think he's in the same tier as Steven Adams. Yes, he has a different play style. He's probably a better passer, not as good as a defender. But he's just, he can stretch the floor a little bit. And I don't know if the Thunder can flip him for an asset soon. Maybe, but I don't know. Next, Anthony Towns, he's worth it. He's not worth any amount. It's sad to see, I made a video before about Cat. I'm not exactly sure when that, my Hall of Fame video, that Cat just can't stay healthy. He's the best shooting big man of all time, and just his defense, he's similar to Jokic. His defense is okay, but it's just that Cat, ever since he was in that car accident, he hasn't played just too much. He, of course, contracted the virus, had some knee issues, but he's still worth it. Next, Damian Lillard, worth any amount, along with Steph Curry. I know Steph Curry, everyone knows he's worth $43 million. Greatest shooter of all time. Dame, a top shooter in the league, only $32 million. That isn't too much for his production, but yeah, definitely both of these worth any amount. Then Russell Westbrook. Okay, I gotta put him in the Joakim mode here. I think he's probably the worst contract in the whole league. Yeah, Blake, Kevin Love. He's just, okay. His play just doesn't win a championship. It doesn't win any games. This Wizards team has been struggling so bad. Westbrook is averaging less points. Yes, he's been getting a lot of rebounds and assists. His efficiency is awful. He's one of the worst contracts in the league. Next, Victor Oladipo. I'm going to say borderline, could be worse, could be better. I could say it could be worth it, but I still think it can be that. So just looking at my tier, I'm going to review it and I'll be right back. So I think I like this list. So at the worth any amount, I have LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic, James Harden, Damian Lillard, and Steph Curry. Worth it, Jimmy G Buckets, Playoff P, Danilo Gallinari, Cat, borderline could be better / could be worse, CP3, Chris Middleton, Kemba Walker, Julius Randle, Nick Vooch, Pingus, Pascal Siakam, DeMar DeRozan, and Victor Oladipo. Overpaid but not worth it, Tobias Harris, Gordon Hayward, Mike Conley, Buddy Hield, John Wall, Steven Adams, and Al Horford. And in the Joakim Noah / Luol Deng / Shannon Parson category, Russell Westbrook, sorry, I don't want to disrespect him that much, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, Otto Porter, and Gorgie Jang. So yeah, comment down below if you would change anything. This was really fun to do a tier list. Make sure to smash that like button for more tier lists, subscribe for more NBA content, and peace out.